Doctor Who's spin-off looks good.
Does it?
Let's discuss.
Sounds like a really exciting episode.
Let's go!
Oh my god. Odds of keeping that in censored in the intro? I think this is quite high. I think it's quite high.
Okay, let's keep it in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the war between the YouTube ads and crispy swearing. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. My name is Troy, his name is Crispy, and we are the hotline that accept your calls from anywhere in time and space. And today, we're talking about fresh news, hot off the press news, stuff that has just come out now. Definitely didn't come out like 3 months ago, and we're only just getting around to it.
So long ago.
Isn't it kind of crazy to think that Reality War was 2.5 months ago? Is that just me?
Yep, and it generated 2.5 months of content.
Thanks, Russell T. Davies. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss the war between the land and the sea, which wins the 2025 award for shortest spin-off title in TV history. We are going to be discussing everything we know so far. It's a lot of information. Crispy, I got so much prep ready for this. Do you want to know how I prepared?
How did you prep?
So, I got loads of stuff, okay? I sat down, I watched the trailer, and so with all that information, we're going to talk about the spin-off today.
Oh, nice. I
also opened the Wikipedia page because I am just, wow. Actually, I've got it on the wrong browser, so I'm gonna reopen it on Google Chrome because I'm in charge of the calls today. Dangerous territory. You still have charge of the soundboard. Can we get through the whole episode without hearing the Fantastic Four meme? I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll see.
We get to the end of it, and everyone's going to be like, okay.
All
right, ladies and gentlemen. We've got callers. That's going to be the main bedding of this episode. If you're new to the show, hi, welcome. We take your callers and listen to your thoughts on everything in the Doctor Who world. We're going to sprinkle out some little bits of details, information in between, just do some theorising through discussing on it, because this is all we have coming soon for Doctor Who. I mean, the show's going to come back in some shape or form, whether it's specials, seasons, whatever it be, Disney, un-Disney, not on Disney, around Disney, underneath Disney, through Disney. I don't know. Could be any direction of Disney. Could be away from Disney for all we know.
We're not sure.
But it's going to be coming back. Let's be real here. And so, while that is going to happen in some way, shape or form, we don't really know what that's going to look like. So the only thing that's nailed down and fully filmed and ready to go in inverted commas is this spin-off, although it doesn't yet have a release date. But it's probably, hopefully, going to come out within the next 4 months because it's been targeted as a late 2025 release. So who knows? Maybe it'll come out in like 3 weeks. We're about to get a really quick marketing campaign, and then this episode will be finger on the pulse without us even planning it.
Yeah. If they announce it today, we're good.
Yeah.
This will do well, this episode.
It'd be hilarious if they actually did that. It really would be hilarious. But it's time to get some callers and see what everyone else is thinking about the upcoming spin-off, the war between the land and the sea.
Sweet.
A lot of words.
Let's do it.
It's like
what do the people say?
I have to keep saying the title of it. Crispy, you picked the first caller. Who do you want?
I would love to hear from Phil.
Phil Hawkins?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if he can...
Fellow YouTuber,
I believe so. Let's see if he can fill some airtime.
Hey guys, it's Phil Hawkins here. I was just wondering what you guys thought of the tone of the trailer, because I'm in a bit of two minds about it, because I loved... From my own perspective, I love the fact that it looked quite a dark and serious and mature show. But on the flip side, I do tend to review Doctor Who with my kids who are 5 and 10, and I'm worried that this won't be suitable for them. If it's not, I'll deal with it. But I was wondering what your guys' thoughts were on it. Are you happy about the tone? Are you surprised about the tone? What are your thoughts?
The war between the parents and the children, it sounds like.
Very, very
It's about to be the worst running gag we've ever had on the podcast. Crispy, your thoughts?
Well, my children will not be watching this show with me because I don't know where they are. Because I don't have any kids.
I was going to say, hang on a minute, you don't know where they are sounded very wild.
Yeah. I haven't seen them in ages. I left them at Disneyland.
He's actually the Boris Johnson of the Doctor Who YouTube community. He's just got like 8 kids in different places.
No kids yet. And
how many kids does Boris Johnson have? This is
I
not.
don't know. I truly didn't know that Boris Johnson had children. To be honest,
it's like well reported that he has a lot of children, but I just can't remember how many he has. So we're going to find this out right now. What an exhilarating piece of information to find out live on the podcast. He has... I can't find it. I'm struggling to find it.
There's too many. There's too many results.
The Wikipedia just goes, it's too many, mate, I gave up.
Too many. Overloading.
Why is Google's AI not immediately giving me an answer? I'm not saying I love it, but normally it pops up and it's like, here's an answer for you.
But I will say...
9.
Our boy... Oh, there you go. Wow, that is a lot of children. But our boy, Philip, does some excellent Doctor Who stuff on what's the channel? Culture Filter?
Good save. I liked that. That was good, man. You steered us away from Boris Johnson's blue passport.
And Phil does Phil's kids watch a lot of Doctor Who, and they're very, very sweet reviews. They're absolutely fantastic. But I think the tone of this show, I don't know if this is an official interview or something I heard, but I thought that the tone of this show is more mature than the Sarah Jane Adventures and Doctor Who.
Yes.
But not as in-your-face as Torchwood. I think it is a middle ground. It is potentially more of a political thriller, I think. We see a lot of scenes in the trailer in courtrooms, and it seems that there's going to be some kind of legal battle between the Sea Devils and the humans. Which is I mean, that's a fun prospect.
You mean there's a war between the land and the sea?
Land and the sea. So I don't know. I would recommend, Phil, that you watch the episodes first, and you being the father, you will deem if this is appropriate for your children or not.
I agree.
The only problem you face there is if episode 1 is peachy clean, and then episode 2 is not peachy clean. The kids will probably want to see episode 2, and you're going to have to be like, no, sorry, until you're older.
Well, if it's going to be mature, hopefully does it like Torchwood, where there's something very clearly in the first episode. It's like, oh, we're more hardcore. We're more hardcore.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be some kind of shocking thing that happens in episode 1 of this that gets everyone talking. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
Well, speaking of, let's get everyone talking in our comment section below. Crispy, what should this week's question for our comment section be?
It is rumored that this is supposed to be this new spin-off is unlike any other spin-off if it gets renewed for a season 2, because this season is called The War Between the Land and the Sea, but the actual spin-off title and all of their socials are just called The War Between, so it looks like there's supposed to be some kind of the land between blank and blank for the next whatever this is. So let us know what you want the next season of The War Between to be. Me personally, I want it to be The War Between the Crisp and the Troy.
I want it to be the war between the Doctor Who fans and the Doctor Who writers. Oh, wait, sorry, we've been living that for the last 3 months.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
What do you mean 3 months? What do you mean the past 20 years?
Yeah, good point.
The past 62 years, 63 years? Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, yeah, let us know. What's the next war between? Thank you.
Actually, you talk about Torchwood. There is a small fact. We may have discussed this. I'm not sure how far we went with it, but one of the cast members for The War Between Land and the Sea, Colin McFarlane, is playing a character called General Austin Pierce. Does that name ring a bell to you, good sir?
It pierces my ears.
Just say no, and let's move on.
No, it does. Isn't this not Mirror? What's it? The third Torchwood season.
Children of Earth, a.k.a.
That's
one of the best things in the Whoniverse.
Ever.
Yeah. So he was, I think, an American liaison of some form in that show. I haven't watched Children of Earth for a long time.
I remember him.
But bringing him back, it's interesting because, this show was already laid the ground of casting previous Whoniverse actors, but giving them new roles. You've got Russell Tovey and Gugu Mbatha-Raw, both in the leads for this show, both who have been in Doctor Who before, ironically both in the David Tennant era, but have now come back and are playing different roles. Russell Tovey was Alonzo, Midshipman Frame, whatever you want to call him, from Voyage of the Damned, Gugu Mbatha-Raw being Tish Jones, and going on to other things beyond that in both of their careers, but probably know Gugu most recently from Loki. That's one of her big things. But they both come back to the universe, both playing unique characters. So you could bring back Colin McFarlane, sure, but he doesn't have to play the same character, but they've made the choice to make him play the same character. Now, that may just be a little bit of set dressing, here's a little nod, you may know this one character from 15 years ago, like how so many people just kind of look at any British drama and go, that person was in Doctor Who in this episode. It may just be nothing more than that. But there could be a bigger connection. If there is, that does tease a possibly mature setting for the show. I wouldn't be shocked if it was a good bit mature. I don't know, as you said, if it'll reach Torchwood's levels, but I definitely would advise caution on the tone.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it will be more mature, but I think just the level of the threat will require Mr. Pierce's presence. Which is just it's just a fun thing.
His
fun little
presence
tie-in.
will pierce into the show.
I actually truly think that Children of Earth was the blueprint for this show, because isn't this spin-off just supposed to be 5 episodes?
5 episodes, indeed.
Much like Children of Earth. Do you think it'll be broadcast just across a week? Like 1 week we'll just have War Between Land and the Sea week?
It wasn't it? Yeah, wasn't it done every... No, hang on. Was it? I don't think it was. Hang on.
I thought Children of Earth was... I mean, I wasn't a Doctor Who fan at that point when Children of Earth was airing, but I swear I thought that it was an everyday thing. It was 1 episode a day.
I honestly... I remember, obviously, they're called Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was wondering if they were every week, but no, they were every night. Blimey, that pulled in 6 million viewers every episode.
Yeah, it was huge.
That is crazy. My goodness. Interestingly, very similar structure of writing for this show between Torch, Children of Earth and War Between Land and the Sea.
I think it's the blueprint, man.
It might be, because so here's some similarities for you. Some little similarities. Both have 5 episodes. Both have a consistent director across all 5 episodes. In Children of Earth, it was Euros Lyn. In this one, it is Dylan Holmes Williams. I don't know about filming blocks, but I did read that does it say anywhere? Locations, casting. Doesn't say it immediately. I can see it here, but it does say War Between Land and the Sea did the whole thing in one filming block, which lines up with having one director. But the writing is the interesting thing. So Children of Earth, you've got the writers for each episode being Rusty Davies, John Fay, Rusty Davies and James Moran, John Fay, Rusty Davies. So Russell's kind of a through thread, and then you've got other writers dipping in, like John Fay, to write certain bits. Same here with War Between Land and the Sea. You've got Rusty Davies, Pete McTighe, Rusty Davies and Pete McTighe, Rusty Davies. So Russell is there for the bookends, which, based on a lot of people's response to Series 2, may not be the most exciting thing now. But he's there to bookend it, write Episode 4, and then Pete McTighe is helping with Episode 4 and doing 2 and 3 as well. So yeah, there is very much a case of a similarity in structure there, perhaps, between the two shows, definitely. Look how much we've got out of one call. We're doing very well, Chris. Considering we only have one trailer.
We're excellent. And, I mean, if we're talking about bookends and stuff like with Russell's writing, I know, as you mentioned, that people might not be excited about that. But the reason I'm excited about that is because this show, I think it'll just be, for this particular season, this particular story, it'll just be that one 5-episode block.
Yeah.
Which means there is a clear vision here, start to finish.
Yes.
Which I'm all for. I genuinely think it'll be the best thing out of this new era of Doctor Who on Disney Plus.
Bold words.
I think it will be.
Well,
I think it will
exists,
be.
Mate.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I watched it the other day, still fantastic. But I think for me, like hang on. Okay. I need the soundboard ready for moments like that. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm very, very excited for it.
Yeah. And also, like I've said on the record, I'm much more of an RTD2 apologist than most people. Like my biggest sticking point has been casting Billie Piper back and the kind of the desperate nature of that. We've talked about that already. But like actual writing, I still really like the Reality War. I'm one of 3 people. There's not many of us on this planet, but I exist. I'm here. So like I'm quite fine with Russell writing the full thing. I'm just hopeful that Doctor Who Twitter enjoys it more this time than they did season 2. That's my hope. As long as the Twitter community reacts a bit better, which, to be frank, it can't react much worse, then we're getting somewhere. Speaking of getting somewhere, though, we've got a lot of callers. We should play some more calls.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
You choose.
For what have we got? Zach, what do you think about the War Between the Land and the Sea?
Hello, Zach.
When the trailer for The War Between the Land and the Sea played in cinemas, I was so excited. I heard people around me saying, well, no one cares about that. But I have faith in RTD and Pete McTighe. I think for fans of the show, it's the perfect thing to keep us entertained while the BBC and Disney sort out the paperwork for whatever's coming next. I'm also excited to see like the darker side of UNIT, potentially like we saw in Lucky Day.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of good points there.
A million good... Can I raise one good point?
No.
Okay. I'm going to do it anyway, because my podcast too.
Go, Sam.
So, last week, I think in last episode, we were talking about how Doctor Who, the 2005 to 2022 era, the new Who era, non-Disney era, had been removed from streaming services worldwide.
Yes.
And yet there was one here in Australia that still had its stand. It's officially gone.
I saw that in the comments. It's been removed.
Yeah. It's gone. It's out of here. So something's happening with the back catalogue of Doctor Who. Is Disney Plus going to get it? Question mark. That's just a little update from last week.
My show's been pulled. I'm wondering why. I signed up for it at all.
What is this?
Stan!
Oh my god.
The same joke last week. Just because I didn't sing the words this time. I hope you'd still get it. This guy.
I'm sick of it.
Okay.
No! Look, okay. This is fantastic, but here's the thing. I haven't got a thing nearby to do the joke. I physically... Wait! Yes, I do! I've got it ready for next... If we say it again. Hopefully everyone forgets that I've said that now. And if we do the joke again, it's ready. So, what were we saying? So Darker Unit, I said in Lucky Day, Kate had so much more to chew on, and I was really, really happy with that.
So much more.
I'm hopeful we get the same thing again. There's a clip of her in the trailer being like, you need to stop now. She's shouting in the courtroom, and I'm like, oh yes, go on, Gemma Redgrave. Go on, give us something. Do it. So I'm hopeful for that. I think,
like, Gemma has been in the show for well over a decade
12
now.
years. Whew. No, 13 years.
13. No, sir, all 13.
All 13 years.
And I still feel like she's pretty surface level. Like, we know a few little details about her past, but she's always a supporting character. So I'm excited to see her as a main character in this. She probably might still be supporting in this, to be honest. I feel like Russell Tovey's character might be the main
we know
dude.
So much about Kate. What do you mean? We know she's an outstanding bridge player. She's a divorced mother of 2.
Correct. That's it. That's all we know.
She got head of unit without having left bridge in her name. Said science leads. Was taught by a granddad, a dad. Sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to know. Like, is she? Does she throw herself into her work because she doesn't like her home life? Was the divorce really harsh on her? Does she why does she get into wanting to research the paranormal and stuff? She a Ghostbuster? I don't know.
Ghostbusters?
Did she like Ghostbusters too? I don't know. I need to know these things.
If she dies, will she reach the Ghostbusters afterlife?
If she goes to 7-Eleven and has a Slurpee, is that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire?
What?
No.
What?
No. Oh no!
What is bro saying? Do you think that if she went a year without Doctor Who, she'd be Ghostbusters 2016? Because there just happened to be a Ghostbusters film that released the year there wasn't Doctor Who? Why is that the funniest joke I've made to you?
Subscribe,
yeah,
everyone.
Subscribe if you enjoyed the podcast. I think we got a lot of subscriptions last week, Crispy. I'm just saying, if I kept saying subscribe,
guys, we are so close to 3,000 subscribers. If you wanna jump on board, now's the time, because
did our audience get me back over 40k? No, they didn't. I'm still 10 away from 40k. Get me back there now. Thanks, people.
And subscribe to Troy if you want, if you have to.
Do that.
If you're inclined.
But interesting point from this call. We're going to get through like 3 calls and be done with the episode. We're somehow talking a lot more about this than I thought we would between calls.
We can smash through it.
I have a question.
Yeah, man.
Zach brings up a very important point. This may not even be a question. This may end up being a statement. I'm not sure how I'm going to frame this as I'm going. But Zach made a point that when he was in the cinema, he heard people being like, I don't really care about this. I'm not really bothered.
Mm-hmm.
And we have discussed previously, especially with the Billy Piper of it all, as you love me saying, that when I was in the cinema, there was a roaring reaction to Billy coming back, as other people have reported too. In their cinemas, loads of cheering. And there's definitely a disconnect between the Doctor Who fandom, like the not true fandom. That makes it sound like if you go to cinema, you don't interact with social media, you're not a true fan. But you know what I mean? Like the really deep, committed Twitter users, basically, and the general audience. And there's a disparity there in reaction. Some things they agree on, some they don't. And Billy Piper coming back definitely seems to be one thing that's split people. Do you think that there's going to be much general interest in the war between the land and the sea? Do you think that the brand is powerful enough right now for people to even care to watch it? This is not a doom posty thing. It's a genuine question. I'm wondering after what Zach said. What do you think?
I think the one the reason Children of Earth did so well is that it had 2 seasons of Torchwood behind it. Now, are those 2 seasons of Torchwood perfect? No, not by any means. But my goodness, they are a lot of fun, and they really, they got the core team down pat. And so when it came time to make the 3rd season, and they did something different, and not only was it viewed by so many people, but it was critically received very well. Like it's one of the best written things in the Whoniverse. I'm not sure if it's going to reach the same level of heights as Children of Earth by any means, because not many people are watching TV anymore anyway. But I think if the story is good, word of mouth will carry this thing. That is what I think, and general audiences will be interested. They might not be interested from the get-go, but if Doctor Who fans say, hey, this is actually really good, I think that the general audience will be like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. What was interesting in the trailer is that there is there's no from the universe of Doctor Who, is there? There's nothing.
I don't believe so, no.
I don't think they say from the world of Doctor Who, and then there's not they don't have an establishing shot of a TARDIS flying away, and everyone's like, oh, okay, this is some kind of thing. It looks like it's its own thing. So I imagine when it appears on the Disney Plus homepage, it'll just look like a brand new show that people might want to give a go.
Interesting.
This will be some people's first experience into the Doctor Who world.
That's a good point. There will be at least one person who gets into this through War Between the Land and the Sea. Mm-hmm. And that is fantastic.
So what do you think? Do you think I don't think the general audience as of now even knows what this show is, but I think if it's good, that people will rock up to it.
Good point. But here's the thing, okay? Like I don't. Sorry, I had to.
Okay, is this...
Everyone else is getting very sick of this joke now, I fear. No, I think there's definitely, like, as you've said, the changing TV landscape plays a big part in it. And I also think, Torchwood Children of Earth came in the year where there wasn't much Doctor Who, because it was in the middle of David Tennant's specials. He was on his way out. So that was, like, the big installment of series-wise of Doctor Who happening that year. I think there was also Sarah Jane Adventures, but, I mean, I don't believe that ever had quite as much pull as Torchwood anyway. Am I right in thinking that?
No, never as much as Torchwood, but there were a few episodes that got over 1 million.
Let's have a look.
But for a kids' TV show, crushed.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely crushed.
Average viewers were... Oh, that's crazy. You got one really screwing the average here. 2.9 average for the New Year special, like the opening thing. Season 1 averaged at 1.1 million. Season 2, 0.79. Comic Relief special, 8.3 million. Well, that's because it was Comic Relief. Come on. Series 3, 1.01 million. 4, 0.8. 5, 0.65. So yeah, a much, much smaller audience for sure. So like that was the big installment for people who are at least a little bit invested in the Doctor Who world. So that definitely helps. But yeah, changing TV landscape, I do worry, and I do wonder how it's going to perform. But I mean, it's not really our job to worry about that. Just an interesting little thought experiment, little thing to consider. And how about we consider another caller? I want to see what some other people have got to say. Now, you see, the beauty of SpeakPipe is that we get callers, and you can pick your name when you call in, but we can also see an email address. So I can see, Crispy, that someone here is impersonating a regular caller. There's an imposter in our SpeakPipe box.
Oh, no.
Can you see this?
Say it is. Yeah, I can see. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I know because he tried to spell Dr. Master the correct way, even though Dr. Master, I believe, is missing an O, and then one O's changed for an X. I know they're using it because they call in all the time. But it looks like possibly Vincent from Hungary has tried to ambush us and pretend to be Dr. Master.
Oh my goodness.
So should we reward his impersonation by playing the call, or should we set a precedent
I like disguises.
and not play it?
I like disguises.
Of course they are rather necessary when you happen to be someone's only caller from Hungary. Okay, let's go. Vincent, what have you got for us?
Hey guys, it's Dr. Master from Vincent's Body. I'm really looking forward to the War Between the Land and the Sea, especially after Lucky Day. I am very intrigued. How are they going to continue the unit storyline? Are there going to be some repercussion from the episode Lucky Day? Bye.
Cheeky.
I hope Dr. Master consented to the body swap. I know she was very invested in a body swap in Power of the Doctor, but that's not a be-all and end-all here, okay?
That's true. That's true. What happened in Lucky Day? Kate just went Kate was quite dark in that
She went
episode,
ballistic,
right?
and also had more to chew on, I think, than she's had in the last 13 years. The father was more, backbone to... Not backbone, but, more push behind her character, and she had more agency than ever, normally because she's in the room with the Doctor, and that means her agency is not quite as strong. But I think there was some really good stuff there. And also, it's the beauty of a backdoor pilot, and like episode like Lucky Day, where, you know, it isn't technically setting up a spin-off show, but it is also kind of like, you know, here's a good chance for us to be like, let's pick off in a different direction and do some spin-offy things. Now, I think they did say that Mel was dealing with something in, was it the Australian or New Zealand coast during Lucky Day?
I believe it was Australian.
Kate mentioned that. I don't know if that is to do with this. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the synopsis, it just says on Wikipedia, part of the Whoniverse franchise, the series is set to feature UNIT as they attempt to prevent a global war caused by the return of the Sea Devils. Which, even that part is being argued at the minute now, because there was the little exhibition thing at San Diego Comic-Con where they were showing off some different things. There's also a new Black Archive website. And there were like some eggs on there, like pictures of eggs that are also briefly in the trailer. I think they described them as like a different species. They didn't call them the Sea Devils, and I'm wondering if that's intentional.
But on the website it says Sea Devils?
I don't believe so. I'm gonna look this up.
Maybe it is just some kind of weird the hybrid.
Let's see. Let's have a look. Browse the Black Archive. You log into Unit HQ. Alright, I'm doing this right now, folks. I'm logging into Unit HQ.
Into Unit?
I'm logging into an absolute unit of a website.
Nice.
Okay. There are lots of things here. What on earth? There are a lot of things. What is going on here?
Anything? Can you enhance?
No. I'm trying to read. So there's a lot of pages, and I'm just trying to find a picture of some eggs.
Tracheum.
What?
Enhance.
And we're not enhancing. I'm trying to find a picture of an egg. That's all I'm trying to find. Just want a picture of some eggs, Crispy. Can you get me some eggs?
Crispy.
What?
Enhance.
No. There it is. Found it. Right. So I can always put a picture on the on the podcast if I remember. If I don't remember, then but they are referred to as Homo Aqua.
What?
The picture of the egg says Homo Aqua egg, origin Dragonera Island, Earth. First discovered 2025. There's actually apparently a note from Osgood. This washed up on the shores of Dragonera Island. It looks Homo Aqua in origin, but they haven't been seen on shore for decades. Filed under a warning, watch the seas for any disturbances. Filed under Project Aqua. Now, see, if that's the case, they haven't been seen on shore for decades. That could just be them calling them the Sea Devils, but with a more kind of, clinical Charles Darwin, David Attenborough term. And here we have the Homo Aqua.
Homo Aqua.
Played by Gugu Mbatha-Raw. They're going to cause chaos in the Whoniverse in autumn 2025.
Streaming exclusively on Disney+.
We're doing a very good David Attenborough impression here. This is Planet Earth. With me, Russell Tovey. What is this episode, man?
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Also, Gugu Mbatha-Raw's character is called Salt, by the way. In case you didn't know that.
What?
Did you know that? I just dropping the most random tidbits on you. So, Russell T Davies, good grief. Russell Tovey is playing someone called Barkley, so clearly he's into banking.
Mr. Barkley.
Yeah, Mr. Barkley, Barclays Bank, and Gugu Mbatha-Raw is playing Salt.
Salt?
She's just called Salt.
Like the Angelina Jolie film. Salt.
That's gone right over my head, I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Look, no one's ever seen the movie Salt, but I know there is a movie called Salt, and I always thought that was so funny.
Have you seen the movie called Salt?
I think I have. I think this was back when Blockbuster was a thing, and...
Wow, are you 50?
Yeah, hey, Blockbuster hasn't been gone that long.
Hey, I'm 47, what do you mean?
hey. And here is the last Blockbuster. But I remember, renting the movie Salt. This is not an interesting story at all.
This is an incredibly interesting episode, Crispy. It fits perfectly in. Go on, do tell us about the movie Salt.
I can't remember anything about. I think it's an action.
The movie Salt.
Yeah, tell me about the movie Salt.
This is important because it relates to the name of a character in the upcoming spin-off, The War Between the Land and the Sea. Salt is a 2010 American action thriller film directed by Philip Noyce, written by Kurt Wimmer, and starring Angelina Jolie, Liev Schreiber, Daniel Olbrychski, August Steele, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Jolie plays a CIA operative, Evelyn Salt, who's accused of being a Russian sleeper agent and goes on the run to try and clear her name. Wow. This is an incredibly thrilling film.
I think War Between is actually a sequel to this.
To be fair, I mock it, but it had a budget of 110 to 130 million and pulled in nearly 300 million in the box office. So fair play to them.
Wowee.
Although no sequel, so clearly not that good.
Salt 2. Hashtag Salt 2.
Should have been called Salty.
Salty. More salt.
See what I
Salt
did there?
and pepper.
Incredibly funny. Oh, no,
The
they did
second
try
movie's
and make a
called
sequel,
Pepper?
but it died.
Yeah. Oh well.
Wow.
Don't need that much salt in your diet.
So, moving on. This episode started so strong, man. What happened? I see a call from someone who's called Sea Devil plus human equals love.
Let's hear it.
Let's find out more.
What is up, Troy and Crispy? It is Micah from Alabama, and I just wanted to say the greatest thing about the war between the land and the sea is we know we're getting a romance between Barclay and the Sea Devil, the main one. I don't know her name, but I think it's going to happen. We're going to get some kind of love story between the two or something like that. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's something they would do. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Oh, but also, when are we going to get the trailer? Because we're still waiting on that. Didn't come at Comic-Con.
Yeah. When we discussed like episode plans and we talked about doing an episode on this, it kind of, one of my ideas I had was like, let's wait for Comic-Con. They might put another trailer out. They might at least do some kind of panel for that, and then they just did nothing. So, where's the trailer, Crispy? Insert Conor McRae voice. Where's your trailer?
Where's your trailer?
Where is your trailer?
Where's
your release date? Yeah.
Yeah. Look. Well, at Comic-Con, I think it just was this fun Black Archive exhibition thing. And there was no panel for Doctor Who. There was no panel for the War Between the Land and the Sea, which is totally fine. I guess. But I think they might do a really, really quick marketing campaign for this thing. I think they'll have a short and hot fuse, 3-4 weeks, and it'll just be gangbusters. They'll give us a release date, and we'll all be back and ready for more. Because I think people are hungry for a bit more Doctor Who, and something like. This is like a good thing because it won't be a continuation of the Billy Piper thing, which has caused a lot of tension. Like, this is just an interesting look at another side of the Whoniverse, and I am intrigued about this love story that you mentioned because I think that's going to happen too. Troy, do you think that's going to happen?
Imagine if Billy Piper's Doctor turned up in the spin-off now.
There's just no way.
Yeah,
they filmed it years before she was called.
I think there's going to be some love between the land and the sea myself.
Yeah. Tell you what, same Z's.
I think there's going to be some salty people.
Nice.
Don't know what that is. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was. My energy's not focused today. My jokes are not even jokes. I'm just saying words.
That's fine. Well, are you interested in a love story in the spin-off?
I am interested in a love story. I am a Taylor Swift fan.
Oh no, Troy! I think we broke Troy. I shouldn't have made him Google
It's quite
Salt.
funny. We've said this before. He was the Taylor Swift fan when we started this.
I still am.
Okay, but like,
I still like Taylor.
No, you don't. You liar.
I do, genuinely.
Where's
I'll
your
listen
Taylor
to
version
every
T-shirt
album.
you wore in that first episode? Then where's it gone?
I actually don't know.
All right, you
I
have
actually do not
homework,
know.
Crispy. For next episode, find the Taylor's version T-shirt.
Troy, it might be at Goodwill. I don't know. It might be. I'll have to double check. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't seen it for about 169 podcast episodes.
We'll find it.
Well, I'm ready for it.
I reckon I'm very good at recognizing Taylor Swift songs. I'm very good at it.
Are you?
Name one.
I just did, and you let it slip.
What?
I said I'm ready for it, and then you just ignored it and made a point of being really good at recognizing us.
That's so... Oh, let's move on.
Disappointing. The war between Crispy's claims and
Is it
not
over
being able to
now?
live up to them.
Is it over now?
Huh?
Is it over now?
Next caller.
That bit?
Oh wow!
People
Here's
will get
here's
that.
one
The
of the
Swifties will get
fabled Doctor Who Twitter community members, Jean-Luc Harry, friend of Thary's, and
Oh,
I
hello.
shouldn't label him as his friend of Thary's. He is his own person, but I know he does a lot of stuff with Thary's. But he's also a big name in the Doctor Who Twitter community, whether he likes it or not. So let's see what Jean-Luc has to say about War Between Land and the Sea, shall we? Rhymes.
Let's do it.
Oh, Crispy and Red Troy, hope you're both doing well. So, the war between the land and the sea. For an idea that on a conceptual level I have little to no investment in, surprisingly looks pretty good. From the trailers, they seem to be taking it in a more darker direction, which I'm glad about. But also, just looking at how it's shot, it feels a lot more like a drama in its own right, and I think that's important to give the show its own identity, especially following on from where Doctor Who just left off. Anyway, yeah, it's probably going to be fine. I can't wait to see the Flinks be as useless as ever.
We're not tolerating Vlink's hate on this podcast.
I don't like that, Vlinks.
I've also
I don't like
not
that,
heard much of
Vlinks.
Jean-Luc's actual voice, and like that was the most like persuasive voice I've ever heard. I just feel like everything he said, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right.
Could convince me of anything.
Yeah. Could convince me that
I
Billy Piper
think-
was the plan all along.
since when we signed with Disney, we also signed with Billy Piper that same day. But I think, isn't it incredible that Dylan Holmes Williams, the director of 73 Yards, directed what, 2 episodes? He directed Dot and Bubble as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they were like, you get a whole show.
Yeah, dude, direct a whole spin-off. Honestly.
Yeah.
To be fair, his direction was fantastic, especially in 73 Yards. Like that's gonna be some cooking stuff there.
It looks like all of the stuff looks like very like practical. There was a lot of location filming, which I appreciate. I always like, and I know there's leaks out there. There's leaks, people.
Was there?
Well, no, they just did a lot of location filming. I don't think there's anything like too heavy plot wise.
No one cares enough to look at the leaks for.
Yeah,
that's depressing. No, I'm serious. I haven't seen much talk about it. If there are leaks, we've missed them. Don't tell us about them. Thank you very much.
No, I don't think there was, like back in the day, someone caught like a really, really blurry picture of what the new Sea Devil or this Aqua thing
I remember
looked
that.
like. And that was the talk of the town for a while. But I just think the show, from the trailer, it looks gorgeous. It looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And back when Billy Piper was announced as the next lead of the show or whatever, Doctor Who was buzzing in the room at my office back at work, and I was like, oh, they showed a trailer for the new Doctor Who spin-off, and everyone watching was like, damn, that looks really, really good. That doesn't look like Doctor Who at all.
Yeah,
I was
that might be in its favour, but just because it looks completely different, people might give it a go.
It looks incredibly cinematic. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see.
I'm looking forward
what
to it.
happens
I just
there.
want more information.
We've got nothing. We truly have nothing. We have a teaser trailer, but we don't know what we're dealing with. Exactly the format in which the show's going to be released.
We know so little in this episode about the podcast. I felt it was appropriate to spend 2 minutes talking about an Angelina Jolie film from 2010. That's how much we know right now, folks.
Correct.
But I'm sure you're enjoying the ride anyway. And if you are, click subscribe. Thank you very much.
Click subscribe, please.
Review us on Spotify and Apple. Give us 5 stars.
Do you think so? I'm pretty sure Children of Earth was on BBC 3 or something, wasn't it? BBC 2?
I believe it was on BBC 3. Let's see.
Actually, I think Torchwood season 1 was on
that's why
BBC
it did
3.
so well. Torchwood was shown on the network's premiere channel BBC One every weeknight for 1 week in July 2009. So that's probably also helped a lot with its viewing figures, for sure.
Do you think that'll happen for War Between?
Good question. I actually anticipate they might put it on BBC One, to be honest. Because, like, if they really want to... actually, to be fair, it does say BBC One Disney Plus. Yeah.
On the
Wikipedia
website?
says it's
Oh, wow.
a mini-series for BBC One and Disney Plus. So I feel like it kind of has to be BBC One if they want any chance of it surviving. Because BBC Three, like, if you don't live in the UK, that channel's kind of existed, then not existed, then existed, then not existed. Like, it feels like BBC don't really know what to do with it sometimes. And I feel like there's probably a decent chunk of people who don't even realise the channel is actually still going now, because it kind of was there and then wasn't, and all that. So, also just, like, if you really want to push the Whoniverse as best you can, which at the minute they're really struggling to, for obvious reasons, put the spin-off on BBC One too. That just makes sense to me.
Oh, wow. If this performs better than Doctor Who, I swear to God.
It won't.
I swear to God. Well, it'd have to be a later time slot, right? This will be like a 9 p.m. occurrence or something, surely.
I think it's likely, yeah. I mean, did they give a time of day for when it aired? I don't think it said that. I think we're probably stretching it a little bit. No, it just says the date it aired, but I don't see. No. So yeah, the Torchwood Series 1 was BBC 3, Series 2 was BBC 2, and then Series 3 was BBC 1.
Yeah, Children of Earth was at 9 p.m.
There you go. There you go.
And
Well,
it's still
Crispy,
crushed.
before my internet dies, I think we should take one more call, and then I'm going to give you one more fun fact
please.
about the show. Because we
Please.
actually do know something else. So I think
Oh.
we go for someone from a very beloved planet, although he hasn't spelt it right. Felix from Clom, what have you got to say?
I think they should have gotten season 3 greenlit instead of this. I think the new Sea Devil design looks kind of ridiculous. I think they should have gone for like a horror angle if they wanted to make an adult style show, like a Mike Flanagan kind of vibe. Because at the moment it reminds me of Secret Invasion. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh no! It's one of Troy's trigger words.
Oh!
Oh no!
You don't
Oh,
understand
dearie.
the layers of pain that I have with that show.
You don't waste Colby Smulders.
Yeah, oh my god, you're using a Bill Bailey reference here, but that's great,
Yeah.
that's great. Very, very skinny of it. Secret Invasion was the one thing I wanted Marvel to do more than anything, especially after Endgame. They finally confirmed it, it all looked like it was going to be really good, and the show sucked ass, and they killed off Kobe Smulders and Ben Mendelsohn in 2 episodes that didn't mean anything because it just boiled down to a big CGI fight that was a bit random in the finale, and now they're not going to do anything with it from the look of it. Very sad, very upsetting. Yeah. Oh, and also the intro was AI. For some reason, because Disney were really struggling for the pennies. Clearly, they had to run it through an AI.
Yeah, they didn't have any budget for that show at all.
There's something incredibly painful about the intro being like one of the most gorgeous orchestral pieces I've heard in a superhero thing in a while, put over a disgusting generative AI piece of garbage, and I'm like, come on. So yeah, don't compare it to Secret Invasion. Please don't. That's my trigger word. I'm going to turn into the Winter Soldier and kill someone. I'm not actually going to do that, YouTube. But yeah, I feel like, obviously, yeah, of course, it'd be nice to have season 3 of Doctor Who than the spin-off right now in the current climate, but
absolutely,
I think if we want the Whoniverse to thrive, if it's ever going to at this point, then we need, like, it to feel like somewhat like they're trying to do other things in the world that maybe connect together a little bit, but also just do their own things. That was one thing that was so good about the Tennant era, was that Doctor Who was everywhere, and it also had spin-offs that if you were big fans of the main show, you might go and check them out and see what's going on over there, and occasionally they'd overlap, and that was really fun. There was a really fun angle to it that I was hopeful we'd manage to re-achieve with this new era. Maybe it'll still happen, maybe it won't, but I'm alright with that.
I don't know.
And also,
I'm nervous, Troy. I'm nervous because it seems like the idea to make this big Whoniverse was to have the main show and then the spin-offs. Wouldn't it just be fantastic if Disney were like, okay, so you're going to give us. If you give us the back catalogue, fine. You can have your season 3, fine. You can have season 2 of The War Between. Wouldn't that just be something?
That would be fantastic.
They would have just.
But here's the thing:
they would have just messed. Oh, okay. They would have just messed around shooting. They would have just messed around shooting.
You are literally playing that for split seconds. Are you stopping it or just like muting it?
I'm stopping.
Okay, good. Because we recently discovered if you mute it, the podcast just goes, nah, and keeps playing it at full volume. It's bizarre.
Nice.
Bizarre.
Yeah, I feel like if Disney renews and like Russell is still able to be showrunner, it would have just messed around shooting Gatwa, and that's sad. That makes me sad.
It would have, but it also wouldn't surprise me. And I also like. We talked about this, but like every day that passes, the more I think it is not impossible Ncuti could come back. Like I genuinely, there is a part of me.
There's no way.
There is a part of me that genuinely thinks,
way.
and you say that, but like we never thought Billy Piper would take over the lead role because they'd want hype moments and aura in Doctor Who. But like I genuinely think there is a non-zero chance Ncuti will come back and do a filming block. Like I honestly, I think it's a very low chance. I think we're talking like 5%, but it's not zero. I just don't see it as zero.
Let us know. No, I don't think it's zero. Doctor Who can do weird stuff all the time.
I think it's very
Billy
likely
Piper could
the
have
next series.
one special.
I think it's very likely the next series is going to be Matt Smith leading it.
I'd lose my mind.
I imagine. He's too busy in Star Wars now. He's in Star Wars, baby.
We need. Congratulations, Matthew Smith and Ryan Gosling.
Congratulations to Matthew Robert Smith for giving him his full Christian name.
Well, what was Matt Smith's first role out of Doctor Who? Well, he was still in Doctor Who. Was Ryan Gosling's directorial debut, where he played some really mean guy, and that's why he shaved his head for the role.
Some really mean guy. I thought that was for. Oh no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was something else. I thought it was for American Psycho, the Broadway version, but no, he did that afterwards.
No. He's in Ryan Gosling's movie, and it's very artsy. I saw bits of it, and I was like, "Gosh, this is like an abstract film." I don't know if it was critically received that well. But Ryan Gosling and Matt Smith are mates. They are mates.
Wow.
And Ryan Gosling loves Matt Smith's like era of Doctor Who. He's been on record saying that the Pandorica speech is like one of his favorite things he's seen. So there you go.
I knew we liked Ryan Gosling for a reason.
Yeah.
I knew we did. And so, you know what? Let's wrap up on one final question for Felix's call, and then I can give you my last fun fact that I just think is quite interesting. Do you like or dislike this new potential Sea Devil design, or maybe it's just this new Homo Aqua? Who knows? What do you think of the new design?
It looks better when it's emerging from dark, murky waters. I don't know fully, but it is prosthetics, right? I appreciate that. It's not just like a full CG. Yeah, like I think it looks better than 2022's Legend of the Sea Devils. Those ones are probably more. Those ones are probably more traditional, I think these ones fit the tone of War Between better.
You say that, but like the Legend of the Sea Devils looked good. They looked fine. It was the neck stretching in post.
Yeah,
that
it was the neck. Yeah.
But I also didn't mind that. The actual physicality of the suits, I think they looked great. So I don't know about looking better, but I also just think it's just something different, and I think it looks cool. I think, as per usual, people saw a little grimy set photo and freaked out, and that's probably harmed some people's takes now and gone, I don't like this.
Yeah.
But like, I hadn't really seen much of it. Saw a little picture and went, I'd rather see it in full thing anyway. Saw it in the trailer and thought, this looks fine.
Yeah, I think it'll look good. I quite like the design. And we're not even sure if they're Sea Devils.
We're not even sure if they're Sea Devils. They might be Ocean Devils.
Oh, okay.
Is this spin-off good or what?
That is fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what happened in this episode. I feel like we started off really strong and it just devolved.
We started off really strong. I think it was the moment I brought up the Angelina Jolie film Salt that everything kind of... We branched off. We branched into a different universe.
Call this podcast Season 2 of Doctor Who, because it started off strong and then... Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching episode 170 of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. I like Season 2. We've talked about this, so I always feel like I make jokes based on general public perception rather than my own perception. So... do with that what you will. But we are going to wrap it up there. Hopefully we get some news about War Between the Land and the Sea soon. Maybe we won't. Maybe it'll come out in 2028. And it's going to get incredibly delayed. It's not. It's coming this year. Like, it's been filmed, it's wrapped, it's coming. We just need to see it.
They genuinely might still push it.
It wouldn't surprise me if they release it next year as some kind of bridge between Doctor Who, but I feel like at this point, A, as we've talked about, do people care enough for it to fill the year of Doctor Who? And B, it's just set up, just put it out there. And then I think once that's out, we may finally get an answer on the whole Disney thing. Once the spin-off's done, that's the 29 episodes they commissioned. Done.
It's going to be a tough press tour if Disney haven't renewed anything or if there's no news on Doctor Who future. I feel bad for Russell Tovey and the whole gang because they're just going to get thrown so many questions being like, oh, what do you know about Billy Piper? And Russell Tovey be like, I don't know. What do you mean?
It wasn't even 29
what do you mean
episodes,
by that?
actually. I'm just doing the maths in my head. It wasn't. It was less. It was 25
26?
Episodes. 26.
Oh, there you go. Anyway, regardless,
I'm doing maths.
I think here's my theory, final theory before we leave.
Game theory?
Because these last 5 episodes are the last 5 in the Disney deal.
Right.
Now, I would have thought that if Disney was so desperate to get rid of Doctor Who and cut all ties, we would have heard something sooner. I feel like they would have been like, all right, let's get this out of the way. But the fact that negotiations are still going on, I think that if they renew for a third season, Russell and the team might be like, we promised yearly Doctor Who. I don't know if we can get Doctor Who out in time. Let's push to 2026.
I don't think
that's
Disney would self-sabotage to that extent by cutting off their deal before one of the shows is even out.
Absolute streamers are the worst.
Oh yeah, but they will cancel shows once they're out, that kind of thing. But like cancelling a deal before a part of it's even released, I just don't know if I buy it.
Well,
because I know Russell was like, "Oh, we're getting news after season 2," but like, Mate.
Nothing's happened,
Yeah.
Troy. Nothing has happened. It's been months. It's been months and we've got nothing. Billy Piper has said nothing. What are we doing?
Billy Piper's busy in
Ross, just
Wednesday
tell
doing
us.
a pretty good American accent, I must say.
Here's the thing. Okay, there we go. Billy Piper, especially now that Wednesday is released, and Wednesday has all kinds of virality, I think that Billy Piper is going to amass so many new fans from around the globe because of Wednesday that she genuinely, like, to save the show, it might be a great choice. Stop, Troy. The thing is taking over Troy's camera completely. Get rid of it.
Nah, here's the thing.
Get rid of it.
Okay.
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 You see, I know what you're saying, but also, have you seen the most recent, like the first 4 episodes of season 2?
I have seen the first 10 minutes of episode 1.
You should probably watch the rest. What I will say is, so far, she's not had too much to do. She's had a few key scenes, but she's not, like, had a chance to steal the show, I don't think. So, we'll see. But she can sing really well in an American accent. Like, I was quite impressed by that.
Well, Billy Piper is a singer.
Yes, but I mean, in an American accent. Like, it doesn't sound like she's about to break out with Day and Night.
I can sing in an American accent. I can sing in an American accent.
Do it right now.
Oh, I love Who's There.
But
That's my American accent.
That was...
Donkey! Get back here, donkey! That's my American accent.
And on that note, we're going to end this episode of the podcast here. Thank you all very much for listening to episode 170 of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. We'll be back next time where we talk about a topic. What is that topic? Who knows? Check our most recent call-in.
Don't we know?
What?
Don't we know?
Are we locked in? I don't know.
Oh, we don't have
Plans
to be.
could change, Crispy. What if something happens and then next week isn't that?
Well, I guess you're going to have to all tune in for that.
Doctor Who world is very busy right now and things could just happen out of the blue.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, just check our YouTube community page, Twitter, Instagram, and our Discord server to see what the most recent active call-in is. Or you can just head to speakpipe.com/who's there, and you could call in and let us know what you think about whatever the current topic is. Exciting times. But until the next episode next week, it is goodbye from Crispy.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. See you all next week. Alan Z, baby.
Allons-y!